Hello, I'm Pat Jones. Welcome to Bromley Little Theatre. We're quite hard to find tucked away in Bromley North. Many locals don't know we're here. Don't worry about the stairs too much. We do have a lift for those who find them difficult. BLT, as it's affectionately known, is an award-winning amateur theatre, but we are lucky enough to have our own theatre. Rather quirky, but beautiful. The building the theatre now occupies was built as two separate Victorian workshops, dating from the 1880s, the building boom of the late 19th century. You might have noticed that the profiles of the Victorian workshop buildings are largely unaltered since that time. You came in under the bridge that was added later to connect the two. Part of the theatre used to be a Victorian bakery, and we still have the fittings from one of the original ovens. The yard through which you came used to be the stable yard for the bakery. This is the first room that you'll see as you enter the theatre. Here we have a coffee bar, a very well stocked bar, and our box office. This area was the hayloft for the bakery, stables and coach house. Below us there's our wood store and a small furniture store for the furniture which we use in our productions. In the 1930s the bakery became derelict, but a gentleman called W.H. Pook took over the lease, and he used it as a rehearsal area and a social club, but his productions were held elsewhere in Bromley. Following extensive works, it was opened as a theatre in December 1938. The following year, Pook moved on and handed his beloved theatre over to Colonel John Lever and his wife Betty. Dame Sybil Thorndike, friend of Betty's, became our first president. To enter the auditorium, we crossed the bridge over the old stable yard. But on the way, you can see a photograph of Michael York, our president. Michael started his career here in 1960. He lives in the USA now, so we don't see much of him, but he does keep in touch regularly. The auditorium was a store for flour and a packing area for the bread, and was an early example of large-scale bread baking and packing rather than baking in individual shops. It now seats 112 with space for a wheelchair. We produce 11 shows a year in the main theatre, each running for 9 nights. We present a varied mix of drama, comedy, Shakespeare, thrillers, and we have staged amateur premieres of hit West End plays. Between these shows, we also produce 4 or 5 more informal shows in our intimate bar area. We run a very successful youth theatre project with a membership of about 22 young people between the ages of 12 and 17. They produce 1 play a year in the main house, as well as a Christmas showcase. When the theatre first opened, the stage was on the same level as the seating. But in the 1950s, it was raised up 3 feet, and a tower, fly tower, was built over the top for lighting bars and hanging flats and scenery. The stage is very deep, much deeper than it is wide, so actors, if they're standing at the back of the stage, really have to project their voices. Now, what about the working area of the theatre? This is where the glamour stops. As you can see, we have very little room in our wings, and we sometimes have to accommodate very large casts, large furniture to go on and off stage, and a great many props, items which the cast need to take on with them or which the stage crew have to set. So a strict sense of order has to be maintained at all times. The stage manager, who is in complete control of the show, sits here throughout a performance, communicating with lights and sound and cueing them appropriately. Although all of our sound and lighting is computerised, we still need operators to press the buttons. These operators have to take their cues from the stage manager because they cannot see the stage other than on a monitor. This will change significantly when we begin our improvements of the theatre, more of which later. Once a performance is running, the only way for cast and crew to get out through to the toilets or to the bar is the understage passageway. Mind your head. Currently, we have no toilets backstage. Again, this will change when we complete our refurbishment. Down below at ground level, we have recently created 2 new dressing rooms, 1 each for men and for women. A new props room, look out for body parts, huge turkeys and many more weird and wonderful items. And there will be wardrobe rooms too. All costumes are currently in store elsewhere. Welcome to our rehearsal room. Most rehearsals take place in this room. Although with sometimes 3 or 4 shows on the go at the same time, we have to be very inventive. Depending on the size of the show, we rehearse for 4 nights a week for 6 to 8 weeks. For our final dress rehearsal, we give the theatre to a charity, and they then sell the tickets and receive the income, and we gain a preview audience. We also entertain a group of partially sighted theatre goers on one evening during every main house run. They're invited into the auditorium before the main audience, and the director and the cast talk to them about the set and the show, which helps them to understand what's going on. We're beginning to widen the use of our facilities by staging music events once a month. The proposed improvements to the stairs and spaces will help us to broaden our activities still further and become the cultural hotspot for Bromley. Many famous actors have appeared at BLT. Michael York, Prunella Scales, Fenella Fielding, Jude Law and Dame Eileen Atkins, to name but a few. Sir Derek Jacobi and Anne Reid have also appeared on our stage, being interviewed by yours truly. Memorable evenings. Although we love our little theatre as it is, we are very aware that there are many aspects that need to be changed, both from the point of view of audience access, facilities and comfort, and for the directors, cast and crew of our productions. In July this year, BLT was granted planning permission for an ambitious overhaul of the building, which would create new entrance and escape stairs, a new lift, additional toilet facilities, extra wing space, a technical control room with a direct view of the stage, and many other improvements, all within the existing footprint. If you have the experience, skills and enthusiasm to help us bring this project to life and help secure the future of the historic bakery building and of Bromley Little Theatre as a centre of dramatic excellence, please visit our website for more information and how to contact us. Please do come and join us. There are usually so many different activities taking place at BLT, and hopefully next year we will be back to normal. Why not sign up to our regular email bulletin and find out what's going on? You could become a member and receive discounted seat prices and priority booking. Tickets are very much cheaper than the West End. And yes, we have ghosts. If you believe in supporting your local theatre, please donate by using the following link. We'd love you to get involved by helping out backstage, front of house, or even performing. Thank you for visiting Bromley Little Theatre. Keep safe and well, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.